name's Tim, and I am a Motioneer First Class. And yeah, today we're going to be getting into After Effects and getting started in 10 minutes or less. Okay, so let's get rolling. Consider supporting me by downloading one of my free fonts in the description, or better yet, buying one. But without further ado, let's get rolling. All right, y'all, welcome to After Effects. So I love After Effects. I made my living off After Effects. So I'm excited to show it to you. So when we get in here, we'll have our welcome window, and it's just the same as any other Adobe application, but I usually just close out of it. Okay, now we can always hit the new composition button here to start get going, but this is temporary and kind of never comes back after this first screen. So I recommend coming over here instead and hitting this new composition button. And you guys can put in some settings, but generally motion pieces are found at this HD 24 frames per second option in the drop down, and that should get you going, right? Let's go ahead and type in 5 seconds here, and we should get nice and started. There's other ways to import things as well, but this would be starting fresh from scratch. But over here is the project window, and this is where everything starts, right? It's where we make our compositions to start going. It's also where we import files if we wanted to. So I can double click in this area, or just go File, Import File, and I'll just grab out something that I've done before. Now if I bring it in as footage, here you'll see in this drop down, it'll come in just as a regular old image. Or if I double click in here and set it up as a composition or a composition to retain layer sizes, it's going to come in as a layered file because all my layers came in from Illustrator. So bring it in or set it up however you want, but you can bring in Photoshop files, you bring in JPEGs, you bring in PNGs, and you can do all the things that we're going to do here together. But I'm going to delete this for now. Let's just kind of play inside of this one, okay? So this is how it works. When we bring stuff in, if we bring stuff in, they come in here first, then they move into the timeline, then we can adjust them up here in the composition window, okay? So, but we're gonna kind of do it a little differently because we don't have anything to bring in. And I'm gonna click here in the middle and find the center of my screen so I can draw a shape. Now, look for this little reticle here, about 5 buttons in from the side, and I'm going to go to Title and Action Save. And I like having this on just because it shows me the edges of my broadcast screen, and it shows me the middle of the screen. So let's go ahead and draw something. I'm going to come up here to the top and grab a shape. Let's do something fancy like a star. Okay, the reason I want to have this reticle on is because when I draw from the center, you'll see my anchor point ends up in the center, and it just makes things a little easier. So I'm going to hold Shift as I draw out, and that is beautiful. Now, you guys may or may not have the same settings as I do. You may have a different color to be your default. You may even have a stroke on this thing. I don't know. I don't know what yours looks like. Okay, go ahead and draw that out, and let's talk a little bit about what we can do. Now, everything that we can animate is found here in the timeline. So come down here below, you'll see first up we have this eyeball that shuts things on and off. We've got a way to solo things and lock things. But the next thing up is this beautiful toggle button, and you're going to do this a lot, okay? And within every layer, it doesn't matter if it's a drawn layer like we just did or a image, you're going to have these transform things. And so these are the basic things you want to use to animate with. Okay, position, scale, rotation, very commonly used animation things that you want to keyframe, okay? So let's go over how to transform things, right? So for example, position, if I'm down here again, if I were to start dragging on these like so, you'll see that I get the ability to drag X or to scrub X. If I come down here and scrub Y, by clicking dragging, I can scrub Y. Okay, I can also just grab it with the black arrow at the top of the screen and just move things around, and you'll see my coordinates update at the bottom. Well, maybe you can't see it because it's behind that stuff, but I promise you they're updating. Okay, we could scale things, we could rotate things, right? We could even say how many times we want it to rotate here. So we have the difference between times and degrees. So if I wanted to flip 1 and a half times, I'd have to know geometry or to know that that's 1.5 flips. Okay, but that is the basics. Okay, so but still nothing's animating. I've made some moves, I've made some changes, but nothing's animating. So let's learn that. To understand animation, we have to know 2 things. We have to know these stopwatches here. That anything that has a stopwatch is animatable, And we need to know that this thing is called the playhead. This thing is very important and probably one of your biggest frustrations as you're getting started with animation, okay? But for me, if I wanted to say animate position, I could grab that and turn it on, and you'll see that it's now recording it. It created a keyframe for me, and then I can move down the timeline, and we may not have ever visualized time before, but here we go, right? At the beginning we have 0, at the end we have 5 seconds, and so I would like this thing to move from 0 to 5 seconds, from there to there, okay? And now when I hit play, and if you guys can just whack space bar, it is now animating, okay? Now if you don't want to use space bar, there's also these items here at the top right of the screen that allow us to play and stop things as we go, okay? Now if I wanted to speed this up, I would just need to shorten the length between these two things, right? So if I were to go from, say I wanted to go from 0 to 3 seconds instead, or 0 to 2 seconds instead, you'll see it's going faster and faster and faster. And that's wonderful, okay? I can even go grab my pen tool at the top of the page. I can come down here and just like I would in Adobe Illustrator, I can kind of adjust this motion path and I can do fancier things. Okay, let's animate other things though. What about rotation? So hotkey time, if I were to hit P on the keyboard, that shows my position keyframes. R for rotation, guess I should show you these. P for position, R for rotation, S for scale, T for transparency, or opacity. And those are the good ones, okay? So I'm gonna do position, but I wanna hit Shift rotation. So Shift R allows me to bring those up. And yeah, let's do rotation now. So again, I want to turn the stopwatch on because I want it to start at 0. Okay, and then I wanna move down the timeline and I wanna make my change, right? And so in this case, I want my change to be, I don't know, let's say 1 rotation. Okay, and as I come back here to look at it and hit play at the beginning, you'll see it is now, whoops, so if this ever happens, it's because this accidentally closed this area off, which we'll talk about in another video. But now it is moving and rotating, okay? Now it doesn't seem like we've learned very much, but I've kind of unlocked a lot for you, okay? And let me explain why. So let's open up all this now, and not everything will have this contents tab, but within this contents tab is a bunch more stopwatches. Okay, so anything that has a stopwatch is animatable to you. And so if you can understand that simple concept of turning on the stopwatch so that it listens and making the change later, it's going to be amazing for you. Okay, so let's, what do I mean? So let's take, for example, oh well, we have this green here, but let's go to the stroke instead. And so I'm opening up this stuff, and here's the stroke, and here's this, I kind of made it smaller earlier, but what if I wanted this stroke to grow? So let's start that stroke here at the beginning, and at 2 seconds we'll have it stroke out like so, and maybe I go down further and I decide that I want to find the fill, and I want it to go from green at the beginning, so let's move down to 2 seconds, and then I want it to change to, I don't know, pink at the end, okay? So now if I were to show you that and play this, you'll see I have that stroke growing now. I have that thing playing, but there's so many things in here. We got tapers, we got waves we can do. We have different colors. I even have this cool polystar option because I picked up the star. And I'll see if I can pull this down so you can see it. That allows me to like adjust the inner radius and, oops, sorry, the inner radius. Oh, I'm probably on the wrong thing. The inner radius and outer radius of this thing. And if I go crazy enough, I can probably even find like ways to like make flowers and all sorts of crazy things, and even like animate that stuff. Okay, so this is exciting. Okay, in another video, I'll show you guys maybe a few more techniques beyond this, but that's the basics. Go ahead and play around, make yourself a screensaver, and yeah, let me know what questions you have in the comments. All right, y'all, if this quick start helped, please consider liking and subscribing. Okay, we'll see you next time.